In our previous videos we created our first Helm chart. So in this video we will install this Helm chart in our local Kubernetes cluster. So we will install that Helm chart, we will upgrade it, we will roll back it, we will also uninstall it. So before doing all this, we'll just set the background, like what happens when we do all this. So whenever we install our Helm chart, what happens is it creates releases. It creates Helm releases. Okay, this Helm releases will contain these Kubernetes objects. So whenever we say Helm install, this Helm release version will be created, and this release will in turn create these Kubernetes objects in our cluster. Okay, so we need to have this background to execute all these commands. So now let us go ahead and do it practically. So we'll go to our this first Helm chart. In here now if I show you cube context, my local I'm on Helm tutorial 1, and I'm on default namespace. So if I check what we have in this one, kubectl get all, right, there is only one service running. Okay, so nothing other than this service. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll install this chart. So we'll install our first Helm chart. Say Helm install. So here, as I said, when we install our Helm chart, it creates the release, right? So we should give the name to our release. I'll say app1 is my release name. Okay, this release name, and I'll say this dot, that means create this release based on this chart, like this is a current directory. Okay, so this command looks for chart.yaml file, and it is there in this current directory. Okay, so we are creating this Helm release based out of our Helm chart. Okay, I'll hit enter. You see it has created this Helm release, this release 1. It says revision as 1 and status as deployed, and this notes is coming from this notes.txt, right? And now what we'll do is I'll clear this. I'll say Helm list. You see currently we have one Helm release which is deployed on default namespace, which is having revision as 1, that is version 1, not version 1. Revision means there is one version of release updated on, and status is deployed. The chart which it is referring is this first chart whose version is 0.1.0, and app version is this one. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll update our chart. For example, if I'll go to this values.yaml. So before that we'll see saying it has created release, and now it should create these Kubernetes objects in our local cluster. So now we'll see, I say kubectl get all. You see initially we were getting only one service, right? So if you see now we have this deployment object with one instance of the pod running, and it has these services got created. Okay, now what I'll do is here I'll increase the replica count to 2. Okay, and we'll update our chart version also here. Okay, now what we'll do is, since our release is already in our cluster, we'll upgrade our release. We did these changes, right? So we'll say Helm upgrade app1 based on this. Now it is saying revision 2, it is deployed, and the same nodes. So if we go here and say Helm, if we want to check the history of our app1, we have now 2 releases of our app1, this Helm chart. This is the first one which we installed. The description is what we did. We installed it first time, and then we upgraded it, right? And that is the release number 2. And in here, if you see, the status is saying superseded. That means this release is been superseded. That means overridden, or you can say it has like higher version than this one. So this is the current one. This release has superseded this release, right? So that is how it is saying superseded. And now this is deployed. Its chart version is 0.1.1, which we gave, and the app version is same, and we upgraded it. Okay, now so it has created one more release version here, so it should also update our Kubernetes objects in our cluster, right? So now what we'll do is kubectl get all. If you see, now our deployment object is running 2 pods now, because we gave in values.yaml the replica count as 2, right? So now it has 2 pods running. So it has successfully upgraded. Now what we'll do is we'll roll back that. We'll go back to our previous version. So I'll say Helm history app1. So we have 2 releases. I'll say Helm rollback. I'll say rollback 2, rollback what, app1, revision as 1, which revision 1, and I'll say force. It says rollback was success and a happy hemming. Okay, now if we see this Helm history again, we have 3 releases now. It's not surprising, but this is the one which we installed first time, and then we rolled back, upgraded, and you see the description. Now it is rollback to this version. So it is maintaining complete history over here, right? So now this is deployed. Its version is first chart 01, the one which we installed for the first time. So now this release has been rolled back. It should make changes to the Kubernetes objects also. Now if you see kubectl get all, you see now the pod we have is 1, and the deployment object is running 1 out of 1, right? Again, if we do it the same, I'll say roll back to version 2, right? It has a rollback, and now we have 2 pods running. This is the beauty of this Helm solution, right? It's very easy to roll back, install, and all. Now what we can do is we'll try the uninstall. Say Helm uninstall app1, done. If I say now hem, I'll say kubectl get all, right? So we uninstalled it. We should remove all the deployment replicas pods, right? So it has removed that. So if I say now hem history app1, it says release is not found now, right? So we don't have this release. So I think that's it for this video. So we explored all these commands. In next video we'll explore more on hem charts. Thank you for your time. See you in next video.